Hey, Indeed. Oh, we back. We back. And we doing real good. First of all, welcome to the Queendom Podcast. This is where queens commute to recognize their royalty and really truly understand what it means to walk in your queendom. Okay, inside and out. Okay, so I'm so excited for this episode, bro. Like this, I'm gonna tell you right now, is a God-given episode. I say that because I usually prep my episodes for podcasts. I usually give myself some kind of outline. I usually know what topic I'm gonna talk about before I get here. And given I kind of did know, but I had no outline. I didn't know what transitions I was gonna use. I didn't even have a real intro prepped, as I'll recognize. And it just wasn't giving. Super busy. I was like, God, like, help me just figure out what I'm gonna say to these women, what I'm gonna say in this podcast. I just was like, you know what? It is what it is. I'm just going to just do my best. Say what I say, whatever's on the dome that day, we're gonna spit. Okay. But I also happened to just come from my lunch from my wonderful friends, and and this doesn't have to do with the podcast episode topic, but do make sure that you surround yourself with people who literally their presence and their existence fuels you. It takes no energy to be with them, but you actually get rejuvenated by just hanging out. This was purely just a lunch. We did get some work done on our own stuff, but that was about it. But we were just camaraderie and talking the whole time. And it really, really inspired me and reminded me who I am, the boldness I have, and get words of what I talk about. And so, given my stomach's full, I'm rejuvenated. I got my chai tea latte. So, girl, this right here is going to be a good message. But I would tell you right now, forewarning, if you are not ready to hear the truth, if you're not ready for pure, raw, honesty, this may not be the episode for you. You may want to skip this one because I'm kind of coming for next today, right? Because it's something that be on my heart in passing, and I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings, but and making people uncomfortable. But as a coach, I can no longer just sit by and just allow this to happen, because it's been happening my entire career, and I'm not a cynic. So we are going to talk about it. We're going to be here. So, as mentioned on my story earlier, we are going to talk about desire versus decision. Right. The difference between the two, and how you can move from just having the desire to actually making the decision to be the best version of you. Right. Specifically in health and fitness, but of course in general. Right. So this was inspired because not only have I, like I said, this is something that's happened my entire career, where a lot of women, they'll, hit me up for advice. They'll hit me up in passing. People will see me and know me have a coach, hey, yo, come get me. Girl, I need to lose weight. Girl, I need to do this. I'm talking to y'all in the DMs, and they're yeah, I want to. This is what I've been struggling with. I've been struggling with this for up to the amount of years, but this is it makes me feel mad, so I just don't even want to address it, and all this other stuff, and yeah. It's amazing to see how many women actually desire to be happy, healthy, live a healthy lifestyle, to be confident in themselves, to have time management, to not have to worry about if they allow somebody to overstep their boundaries, they're going to be around. If they are confident enough in themselves, if they are able to shut off the issues of thought that come in their brain and makes them think that they're not pretty enough, right? So a lot of women have the desire to be healthy, the desire to get the figure that you want, right? The desire to be financially stable, the desire to have confidence, the desire to, be in a gym, all these baddies, right? You be in a gym, going there one day, not knowing what in the world you're about to do, but you look at this one girl who got a physique that you want, that you think is also very fine. You just think like, man, she knows everything that she's supposed to be doing. I would look like her and everything like that. But girl, let me say this. She looks like that, hopefully. I don't need you looking at her, but hopefully, usually, she looks like that, not because she just desired to look like that, not just because she just happened to look like that, not just because she was born looking like that. She looks like that because she made the decision to look like that. She did everything she needed to do to look like that. When it comes to strength training, a lot of women are like, oh, I want to do it because I don't want to look bulky. Do you understand? You have to make the decision to look bulky. You have to have a very strict, customized program that you follow very much so to a T to do that. And that it comes with a series of decisions, not just the desire, right? So you making a decision off of like, not a lot of information doesn't even work. But essentially, like I said, a lot of us have a desire to be a certain way, but never make a decision to do so. Instead, you make a decision not to do so and just chill where we're at and complain about where we're at, be frustrated about where we're at, but do nothing about where we're at because apparently all that we've done so far don't work or that we're not doing anything. Right? Because maybe addressing your problems gives you anxiety because you don't want to realize how far gone you think you are. Right? But here's where I'm gonna like cut that, delete, no, slice it all up, slice and dice the entire thing. We're not doing that today. Not at all. Okay. If you want to lose weight, if you want to get that bigger, if you want to look in the mirror and like what you see, if you want to set up boundaries and be able to do everything that you know you were called to do and not have to worry about whether or not you're a good mom or whether or not you're a good sister, that you're good at your job, that, you know, you're pleasing everybody around you. If you want to do all those kind of things, you have to make the decision to do so. Right? And so there's this gap between you desiring to do so and making a decision to be better instead of making the decision to just stay where you're at. And that gap is solely based on you, the information you allow yourself to hear, and the amount of power that you give your thoughts versus the truth. This was a discussion like me and my friends were having earlier during lunch, that a lot of people like give a lot more power to their thoughts than the truth, and that it would lead them to very unfortunate areas, unfortunate places in their life, emotionally, mentally, physically, etc. Right? And I gave the example of, when we were talking about this, I gave the example of a lot of the clients that I have and that I like have the amazing honor of coaching, how they will literally, like, they're following a program I made for them. Like, this program is guaranteed to work because not only has it have it's scientifically proven when I'm using scientific methods, right? It's not only like I've used it myself, I use it myself, and I've used it with many women, and it always works. We just cut tomato to you. You are following this program. You're doing anything that you're supposed to do. And because you don't see the number on the scale change, you don't feel like you're doing good enough, you're feeling like overwhelmed. And then instead of actually like, you know, facing the truth of it, instead of your intrusive thoughts, it paralyzes you to just sit there and just sit in your anxiety and fear and self-hatred and all that great stuff. When, girl, the number on the scale may not have changed, but this ties in your shirt, you definitely had to add an extra to your pants, right? Your waist is definitely an inch slimmer. You know why? Because that number on the scale is just how heavy you are. It doesn't say what's heavy, okay? It don't say what exactly is heavy. It just says how heavy you are, point blank, period. If you saw me and were like, you would be like, she's so small, she's so skinny, she never like whatever. I weigh 180 pounds, 185. You would not be that looking at me. But you know why? Because it's mostly muscle. Because that number is just telling me how heavy I am. It does not tell me what is heavy. And so when you look at the scale and you know you're doing everything that you need to do, but you're seeing the size change, you're seeing your clothes just kind of hang on with you, you know you're eating better, right? And you're doing all these things and you're just like, dang, like the number on the scale ain't moving. No, girl, that's not the only measurement of progress here. You are progressing and you need to see that. And so instead of putting the power in your thoughts, you, my beautiful queen, have the power to shift what you put power to, shift what you pay attention to. Because if we really think about it, the things around us that they were like so interested to or hyper pay attention to are only that way because we make them that way. Your thoughts are as intrusive as you allow them to be. You may not be able to control like them coming, but you can most definitely control how much you listen to them, how long you let that thought sit in there, how long you actually listen to it, if you actually listen to it. So use that power because you're clean, you have power, you are royal, you reign over your own mind. Let's use that power and shift it from your thoughts to the truth, right? You may think, I'm not doing enough, I'm still fat, but the truth is you drop down 2 dress sizes, your waist is an inch or so smaller, and you look and feel better. Like you have more energy, you don't feel groggy all the time, you sleep way better. And those are truths and signs of progress. But the same goes for the other side of the spectrum, right? In that we don't like facing the truth of what it is in our situation. And that's the difference between a lot of people who sign up for that program and a lot of people who don't, is that they're not ready to face the truth and step up about what it is to become a queen. You want to allow these other things to have power over you and are afraid of being accountable because then you have to accept the fact that you allowed yourself to get here. Right? You allowed yourself to like eat all this food. You allowed yourself to not have self-control. You allowed yourself to not be accountable. Like, it is what it is. And you have to take accountability for that. This manifests a lot more, and I see it the most when it comes to counting calories and macros, things like that, is that whenever women see this number, they're like, oh, I don't like counting calories because it gives me anxiety. I don't like doing this because it makes me feel some kind of way. Ma'am, why? It is just a number. That's literally all it is a number. All this number does is tell you where you're at and what you need to do to get where you need to be based on the numbers you provided that are where you are at right now. If you don't like the number, you have the power to change it. Change it. Stop sitting here afraid of loving in numbers and just allowing the fear to paralyze you. Because sis, I'm going to see you right now, that's the devil keeping you from being the best person in you because he knows had you just got a little inkling of who God knows you are and how God speaks about you. Girl, if you believe that for a split second, he's done. It's over. It is what it is. And he's done no. Okay? He did. You, on the other hand, have to face the reality of where you're at. Right now, your calories may say, hey, you got to eat a lot less because you're over here binging. And binging is what's got me here right now. You eat your emotions, that's what's got me here right now. So in order for you to get where you need to be, you need to eat less. This is how much protein you should be eating. This is how much carbs you should be eating. And this is how much fats you should be eating. Right? That's what macros tell you. And then when you implement that day, hey, you don't need it. You can be like, okay, this day I almost met my protein goal. Well, a month ago, a week ago, I couldn't even touch that. I couldn't even think about what it was to actually meet my protein goal because I was just afraid, because I didn't have what it took, because I didn't plan, because I didn't prep, because I didn't do the research, because I didn't use the resources that were provided to me, because I didn't ask for help from someone who knows exactly what they're talking about. That is the reason why I wasn't even able to even touch my protein goal, right? A lot of the times, and someone said this about where I got this from, but someone literally said, they're like, a lot of the time, the reason why we stay stuck where we're at is because we're too busy comparing ourselves to who we think we should be compared to who we once was. If you realize how far you came, girl, you may not hit your protein goal today, but you're a lot closer than you were yesterday. And that should be encouragement and sign that you are doing better and that you can continue to do better. And that's what all those numbers tell you. But at the end of the day, you get to choose that. One of my beautiful queens in my program right now, she is killing it, bro. Like, she is literally killing the game. Y'all seen her. If you want to know her story, hop on my highlights, bro. You will see her transformation from when she started with me to where she's at right now. Literally, she has changed those numbers for herself. She has changed those numbers for herself. When she first started, I calculated she was able to eat about, or she should have been eating about like 15 to 1600 calories in order to be in a proper caloric deficit and like lose weight, right? Now, with her working out, with her eating right, I recalculated it. Her macros have now increased up where she's eating about 1700 to 1800 calories. Like, bro, that is beautiful. And for her, she struggles eating enough, right? She struggles to eat the amount of calories she's supposed to eat in a day regularly in the first place. But through her journey, she's been able to implement, okay, this is what it is. I don't have to like gorge myself. This can be a day-to-day thing. This is a progress. This is a journey. And one thing I'm so proud of Ro for like understanding is the fact that like you cannot be so tied to the destination that you freak out during the journey. Like, you have to be married to the journey, because you will not hit that goal today. I promise you. I know it's not what you hear from me, but I promise you, you will not hit that goal today. You're not gonna do it. You're not gonna go to the gym, do leg day, look anywhere, and hope it wasn't there. And not only that, making it. I'm telling you that right now, but it's not gonna do it. The journey is what got it there, because she went from just wanting a good body, talking to me about it, to making a decision to be like, you know what, coach, on top of this, I really am. And I really want to like do, I know I'm meant for more. She literally said these words to me. When she signed up for my program, she was like, yeah, I know I'm meant for more. I just don't know where to start. And we got her started. And with her now, it has helped her in ways that weren't even physical, bro. I know she probably don't want to even have insights, but this is what I'm talking about when he desired decision. Like, she's prime example. She desired to be way more financially stable. She desired to be healthy and happy. She was not until she actually made the decision to do what she needed to do, to recognize her royalty, to take power from her essence of thoughts and actually like face the truth. Face the fact that you have the knowledge and capacity to do exactly what you need to do to be financially stable. Man, you are an accountant. You know numbers, there it is. Come on. And now, people are hitting her up for business like she don't even have a passion for. Like, she literally has a wait. Not just because of me. All I know with this health of business and your mindset. But even then, it's up to you to follow through. I just provide the knowledge and the tools. It's up to you to execute, to ask questions. She executed, she asked questions, and she's doing amazing. So I'm not saying all this so you just doing my program, although it's very much so all day. This is for you to understand that you have the power, you have the capacity to do anything and everything that you are meant to do, especially lose weight, be healthy. Because this, little do you know, being healthy is just the first step. Just the first step. If you are able to be healthy and disciplined in what you eat, disciplined in doing what you said you would do, and follow through and how to take it and do that, if you can recognize your royalty and build your confidence from the ground up, because you know you were meant for more, and no guy destines you to be the queen, be the princess that you are because you're his daughter, man, I promise you being healthy would be lighter because it'll be easy. By then, you'll be able to run your business. You'll be the best employee. You'll be the best nurse. What's up, y'all? We are literally talking about the difference between the desire and the decision to be the best version of you. And I'm telling you right now, like, if you would just take that step, stop thinking about the big picture. Stop thinking about all the things that you gotta do to be healthy. I gotta do this, and this. Stop trying to do all these fast, trying to lose weight also very quick. Like, no. Just take the first step. What's the first step? Whatever it needs to be for you. So for me, my first step was my mindset. I needed to follow through or do what I said I was going to. Whether I did it right, whether I did it wrong, whether I did it half-assed, whatever I did, as long as I followed through and I did it. You know how many days I want to go to the gym? Even now. I can vote. It's right there. And there are days I don't want to go to the gym. Free. But you know what? I go anyway. It's not even a choice for me. It's not a choice I did myself. I just go. Because at this point, it's how I show love for myself. I'm like, bro, I gotta. This is what I did. Point blank period. My issue was not having confidence in myself because I never did what I said I was going to do. Ever. I was worth it. If you want to learn how to build your confidence, like, check a couple episodes back. But man, like, that was my main thing. So I did working out again and again and again. So then I had to check my nutrition. Am I going to meal prep? Yes, because I told myself I was doing meal prep. Meal prep was meal prep. Did I say I was going to do this? Yes. Did I say I was going to do that? Yes. Let's do it. This is their decision that you have to make. How do you shift from desire to decision? You take charge of your own power. You recognize your own loyalty and take the first step. You want to actually make a decision to lose weight, be healthy, and love yourself? God. Recognize your royalty. Take charge of your power. Shift it from your thoughts to the truth. Because the Bible really says the truth sets you free. Shift it from your thoughts to the truth. Face the truth. Embrace your truth. Once you do that, if you don't take that first step, I don't know what else you should be. Because once you really face the truth, yeah, you almost have no choice but to take the first step. And that first step is just the one thing you need to be that much better today. Whether it's deciding to go to the gym, whether it's setting boundaries, whether it's eating better, whether it's asking for help and signing up for a program because you know you don't know you. There's a lot to take home again, and then that's it. All my friends are tired of me because I'm putting down on wow. So one of my best friends, right? She started her training journey recently, and she has PCOS, right? And so the typical weight loss journey is not the same for her, right? A lot of women I've met who have PCOS and want to lose weight and want to be healthy, they just stop at the fact that I have PCOS, so it's just not gonna work. It just never works. Like, yeah, no, you're right. It's not gonna work because you just gave power to your condition more than you. No one said it would be easy. That's not at all what I'm saying. It's never easy, let alone with a PCOS. It's never easy. But it's doable. It's not impossible. Because the same best friend is now a gym junkie, a gym rat. Like, we share rings on our Apple Watch. I get notifications when she posts her rings, vice versa. Like, she's killing the game. She's been doing the research. She asked me for help. Like, she does what she needs to do. Man, if you really wanted to, you would. You would. So my assignment for y'all today is to face the truth. The truth is, you are capable of becoming the best version of you. Do you actually want to lose weight, want to be happy, want to be healthy, want to love yourself? Do you actually want to? Because if you want to, then you will face and embrace the truth of your situation, the reality of your situation. And will do everything in your power to literally become better than me. One of the main sayings that we say in the Curvy Queen community is that it's not if we make it, it's when we make it. Because it's not a choice to fail. No. It is obstacles. It is what it is. But I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get over this one. Because I've been through works. And I know I can get a lot better. So, probably, you were meant for more. Act like it. I love you. Press the plus button. I know this is a brief episode. Press the plus button, the bell, whatever you need to do to get notifications of these podcasts every Friday. And I love you, Queen. Recognize your royalty and walk in it. I hope y'all have an amazing day, and I'll see y'all next week.